because you get the directives of what happens, but like you say, you're knocking your head against the wall trying to get it done. So it's just a thank you.
Well,
Governor Wolf for moving forward with this proposed methane standards that will provide protections for our families and the families across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. My name is Patrice Tomchek, and I'm a mom. I am a member of the Mars Parent Group, member of Protect Our Children, and also a field organizer for Moms Clean Air Force. And what all these organizations have in common is that we're fighting to protect our children's health. Today I'm here as a mom of 2 young boys, and I live in Butler County, about 40 minutes north of Pittsburgh, in a heavily fracked area. And my youngest had leukemia. Right now there is a natural gas well pad being developed half a mile away from his school. And this well pad puts my son, his brother, and 3,700 other children at risk for exposure from air pollution. The air pollution includes methane, particulate matter, and volatile organic compounds, otherwise known as VOCs. Of particular, I'm concerned about benzene. And so benzene is found at and around the well pad. And we know that benzene is a potent neurotoxin and also causes cancer, in particular childhood leukemia. So you can understand my concerns, and I find it unacceptable, and I fear for my children's health and all the children's health. Unfortunately, children in communities across the state of Pennsylvania are suffering under the burden of this increased air pollution from the gas development, where natural gas is being drilled, compressed, and sent through pipelines. There's methane leaking along with the co-pollutants of those volatile organic compounds that are affecting health. Those impacted are the most vulnerable populations, such as children, the elderly, and those with compromised immune systems. Today we're delivering a petition with well over 9,000 signatures supporting Governor Wolf's plan to cut methane from oil and gas industry through sensible and affordable methods. Pennsylvania is the 2nd largest natural gas producer in the country, and methane, which is a potent greenhouse gas, has 84 times the global warming effect of carbon dioxide over a 20-year time frame. Other moms like me have been left to fight for their children's health because the current rules and regulations are not protective enough of children's health. So today I'd like to introduce Jill Kreisky. She's with the Environmental Health Project, and please go ahead.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm Jill Kreisky. I'm with the Southwest Pennsylvania Environmental Health Project, and our mission is to provide timely, trusted, and accurate information to people whose health may be affected by shale gas development in Southwest Pennsylvania. And we're also part of the Protect Our Children Coalition, which is dedicated to the protecting school-aged children from exposure from emissions from the industry. And EHP applauds Governor Wolf's proposed measures to reduce methane emissions as an important first step to protect the physical and mental health of hundreds of thousands of Pennsylvanians across the state who are perilously close to shale gas development. At EHP, we recognize that the potential exposures to methane gas from shale could occur at every phase of the extraction process, including drilling, compressing, processing, and transmission through pipelines. And critical to that understanding and to the understanding of the health impacts is that we also know that along with the methane releases come volatile organic compounds, especially known carcinogens like benzene and formaldehyde. And the scientific research published in peer-reviewed academic journals now links exposure to air polluted with such chemicals to respiratory problems, skin disorders, neurological conditions, anxiety, and depression. And recent studies have also increased concern about pollution exposure and its links to adverse pregnancy outcomes such as prematurity, low birth weight, and birth defects. EHP's health professionals conduct health assessments of people living near unconventional natural gas development, and the symptoms they see include headaches, dizziness, nausea, nosebleed, congestion, coughing, vomiting, diarrhea, rashes, and all of this strongly suggests that there may be additional health impacts beyond those already documented, and that research is ongoing. So as an organization that advocates for public health protections for all residents of our state, and especially for children, the elderly, and those with illnesses whose health is more likely to be impacted by these airborne contaminants, we believe that it's imperative that the state act decisively to ensure that the natural gas industry stops irresponsible leaking methane and other toxic chemicals into the air that we all breathe. And thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Kreisky. Now we're going to have Amanda Lapina, who is Vice President with SEIU Healthcare.
Thank you. So I appreciate you taking the time to hear our concerns today. As Teresa said, my name is Amanda Lapina. I'm a Vice President with SEIU Healthcare Pennsylvania. We represent about 25,000 healthcare workers across the state. We are the largest healthcare workers union in Pennsylvania, uniting the 25,000 healthcare workers across the state that are workers in Pennsylvania's hospitals, nursing homes, home care services. And as a union, we're deeply concerned about the health impacts of methane leakage and pollution on our communities. And because of the boom of unconventional gas drilling in our state, we know that the health threats are growing for our communities and becoming greater. And it's our members that are going to be the ones taking care of the health impacts and the future of individuals impacted by the pollution of methane. And I think, as my friend here had just said, some of those health impacts we know are increased birth defects, asthma, chronic headaches, nosebleeds, and the list goes on. Without taking action to stop this, more and more of our community is going to be faced with a health epidemic from living with the side effects of this pollution. We're applauding the governor's recent plan to help create more protections from the methane leakage. And we're also excited to be here today with Moms Clean Air Force and the other organizations that we're partnering with to support this and bring light to the issue. We're encouraging the governor to continue taking action to protect Pennsylvania from this pollution, and we will stand behind him all the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Next, we're going to have Lois Bjornson, and she is an entrepreneur and also a mother of 4.
I live in Senior Hill, Pennsylvania, about 40 minutes south of the city, and I do have 4 children, and I do have 2 small micro businesses. We are currently, as of November of 2015, there have been 3 more new gas wells put in around our home. Within a 1 to 3 mile area of my house, we now have, I believe it is 12 gas pads. So on each one of those pads are 8 to 10 existing wells. We also have massive holding ponds. We have 2 a day facility. We have 2 compressor stations. We have a spill facility. And we also have a transmission line on our property, 75 feet on the property. So we're literally surrounded in a big giant circle around all this. And I flew overhead, and it's quite impactful. So I invite you to come and fly overhead and see, because you really get a sense of what it is, really looking at it, even though you can see it now. I just drove down the road yesterday, and there's another new transmission line going in 2 miles from my house. So this is all just happening continuously. And so we moved there to raise our children there, so they could run and breathe and all that fun business, and now we have this. So the regulations are imperative, especially for children, children of young ages. One of my businesses is on my property, which is a performing arts school. So we look out and we see the gas wells, and children are trying to do what they need to do, and parents, and raise them the best way that they can. But the other question that I have, industry always has such a problem with any type of regulations, but they need to look at Colorado. But the other question is, they let 1 million cubic tons of methane leak into the air last year. That would heat like 5 million homes, or 5.5, and there's 5 million in Pennsylvania. So why not capture that? And just from a business standpoint alone, financially, what they could be reimbursed with reselling their product. And it would also help the environment, the communities, children, mothers, and people that are, going to be harmfully exposed to the industry. So, thank you.
Thanks, Lois. Absolutely makes sense. And now we have Jane Worthington. She is a nurse and a mother of 2.
Hi, I'm Jane Worthington, and I live in Washington County. I live in the small town of Hickory. It's a very rural area, Mount Pleasant Township, a very troubled drilling area. I too am surrounded, wells, impoundments, compressor stations, but I have a different situation. I have an impacted daughter. My daughter is 12 years old. She's athletic. She participates in soccer, basketball, sports, but all of that changed in 2011. At the end of 2011, early 2012, she became asthmatic. From the asthma, we continued with problems, gastrointestinal. She's on Protonics daily. Anxiety, definite anxiety. Bloody noses, uncontrolled bloody noses that mostly occur at the school. She has bullseye rashes, regular rashes. She has joint pain, swelling. And recently, in April of 2015, she was diagnosed with damage to her growth plates in her ankles and in her wrist. She'll be seeing a new orthopedic specialist on Friday of this week to find out exactly how extensive that's become. And it does impact everything that she does. She has trouble holding pencils, writing letters. She has to have a slant board in school for assistance. And this is all just since 2011. In 2011, they built the Shirelli pad, which is a sort of controversial pad. It was the first one that was built near our school, just a slight less than a half a mile from our school. Since then, the towered pad has also been built. Her symptoms do correlate with the building, the flaring, different parts of the production that has taken place, and she definitely has ongoing problems. She's not the only one. She has terrors. There's one story that she got last Christmas, shirt. She does magic, and she's called the Amazing Alexis. She got a new shirt that had a unicorn sprayed on it, and she loved the shirt. So it was time to go back to school, and I said, "So will you wear the shirt?" And she said, "No. The school causes my bloody noses. I don't want my shirt ruined." I was at basketball on Saturday. Our girls are outstanding. And one of the mothers came in and said their daughter was not there. She was at a soccer game. She had to run back and give her inhaler because 2 weeks ago she was diagnosed with asthma. She was in the classes with my daughter the whole way through school. This is also a 6th grader. Her mother has no genetic history of asthma. There is no one else in the family with asthma. Her brothers and sisters who are younger do not have asthma. My son does not have asthma, and he is younger. He was not in that school during the active drilling of the Shirelli pad. He was not exposed to the things that the environment was exposed to on that side of the school at that time. I am thoroughly convinced that drilling and the drilling activities has something to do with the high incidence of asthma, unexplained asthma, and the parents are frightened. I can only speak to you on behalf of the parents that won't speak up. They're scared and they won't speak out. I'm going to speak out, and I'm going to tell everybody that will listen, we're not predicting that this is going to happen. We're telling you from our hearts that we have the medical records and our daughter is benzene exposed. We had a tough time getting the doctors to even do the testing. We have a tough time finding the labs to do the testing. We have a lot of obstacles we had to overcome, and one of the big obstacles was that the doctors don't even know what fracking is. They said, "What is this fracking?" In my own medical records, it says maternal grandmother, being an LPN, was telling me of something called fracking. We're not even sure what that is. I was educating a doctor on what the perils of fracking are. I don't think that as a state we're doing the right thing. I don't think that we're pushing it back far enough. I don't think that we're giving our children a chance. We don't know what all the health effects of fracking or drilling are. So we're not even giving our children the safety zone until we find out what they are. We're just coming right in on top of them. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, Pennsylvania is open for business, and this business is welcome here, but it does not belong on top of our schools. It doesn't belong in these areas. It doesn't belong near our children's playgrounds nor schools. We have to have safety zones. We have no idea what my daughter's future holds. We don't know what these new asthmatics' futures hold. What we know is that we have an entire campus of children in Fort Cherry School District sitting with a lot of wells less than a half a mile away, and the companies want to put more, and we fight constantly to keep them away. Somebody has to help us with this fight. Somebody has to.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you. So, we want to thank everybody for being here today. And as you can hear, each person here today has a different voice. But one thing's the same. Each and every one of us, like every single resident across the Commonwealth, is being harmed by air pollution by the oil and gas industry. Today we join together to thank Governor Wolf for moving forward, proposing methane standards that will protect our families. We need this now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr.
We appreciate Tom and John. But we